Bonjour and welcome, viewers and students, to Let's Speak French, Parlons Français. These lessons on basic French are short and easy, and if you follow the program regularly, I can assure you that very soon you will be able to understand French quite easily. In today's class, we will begin Chapter 7. The first lesson is on the imperative mood. This lesson has been divided into 3 sections. In the first section, I will read out a French text where the majority of the verbs are conjugated in the imperative form. In the second section, I will explain the construction of the imperative. And in the third section, we will revise today's lesson. Let's begin the lesson with a French text. The text consists of a conversation within a family that is getting ready for a trip. Un pique-nique. Paul, remonte dans ta chambre et regarde si tu n'as rien laissé derrière. Sylvie, n'oublie pas de prendre ton maillot. Papa, j'ai tout pris. Passe une fois dans la salle de bain, s'il te plaît. Je crois que mon kit de rasage est encore là. Non, ce n'est pas là. Greg, voici ton kit de rasage. Qu'est-ce qu'il fait dans le panier pique-nique? Allez, chérie, fais attention lorsque tu arranges les affaires. Je suis prête. Allons-y. Ma puce, attends un peu. On n'est pas encore prêt. Dépêchez-vous, s'il vous plaît. Je vous attends dehors. Sylvie, habille-toi léger. Il fait du soleil. Ôte ton manteau et prends plutôt un gilet. Vas-y, va changer. Voilà, tous les sacs sont faits. On y va maintenant. Paul, Sylvie, prenez vos affaires. Chérie, laisse le panier pique-nique là-bas. Je vais l'apporter. So this was a short French text on imperative. In the next section, I will explain to you about this mood. The imperative, known as l'impératif in French, is a mood that is employed very frequently. This mood is used to express an order, an advice, a request, or a wish. What is characteristic of this mood is its construction. Only 3 grammatical persons, that is, tu, nous, and vous, can be used in the imperative. In other words, the first person singular, je, and the third person singular and plural, il, elle, il, and elle, do not exist in the imperative. However, the subject pronouns tu, nous, and vous are not explicitly used. Let me repeat. The first person singular, je, and the third person singular and plural, il, elle, il, and elle, do not exist in the imperative. However, the subject pronouns tu, nous, and vous are not explicitly used. Let me illustrate this with the verb étudier, which means to study. I will first use the sentence in the present tense, then in the imperative. Tu étudies bien. You are studying well. In the imperative, it would be étudie bien. Study well. So, in the first sentence, which is in the present tense, the verb is preceded by the subject pronoun tu. But in the second sentence, tu is not explicitly mentioned, although it is clearly understood. Similarly, nous and vous are also not used before the verb. In the present tense, it is nous étudions bien. We are studying well. And in the imperative, étudions bien. Let's study well. Vous étudiez bien. You are all studying well becomes étudiez bien. Study well. So the first important thing about constructing the imperative is the omission of the subject pronouns. The next thing is the verb itself. For all first group verbs, we simply remove the er ending and add the corresponding endings a, ons and ez. Marche, travaillons, parlez. Let me repeat the words. Marche, travaillons, parlez. I have placed the subject pronouns within brackets to make it easier for you to understand which ending corresponds to which subject pronoun. But when using the imperative, always remember to skip the subject pronouns. You may use a proper name, but you can never use a subject pronoun. Now I will show you how IR and RE ending verbs are conjugated in the imperative. With the second and third group verbs, the construction is very simple because the verb forms are identical to the present tense forms. The only difference is the absence of the subject pronouns. Fini, finissons, finissez. Conduit, conduisons, conduisez. Let me repeat the words. Fini, finissons, finissez. Conduit, conduisons, conduisez. And finally, let us look at the verbs that have an irregular form. Luckily for us, there are only a few such verbs. Avoir, et, ayons, ayez. Être, soit, soyons, soyez. Savoir, sache, sachant, sachez. And vouloir, veuille, veuillons, veuillez. Let me repeat the words. Avoir, et, ayons, ayez. Être, soit, soyons, soyez. Savoir, sache, sachant, sachez. And vouloir, veuille, veuillons, veuillez. So this is how one constructs the imperative in French. In the text, the imperative is used to express 4 different sentiments or moods. Order. Remonte dans ta chambre et regarde si tu n'as rien laissé derrière. Advice. Fais attention lorsque tu arranges les affaires. Request. Passe une fois dans la salle de bain, s'il te plaît. And wish. Laisse le panier pique-nique, je l'apporte. Order. Remonte dans ta chambre et regarde si tu n'as rien laissé derrière. Go up to your room and check if you have left something behind. Advice. Fais attention lorsque tu arranges les affaires. Be careful when you arrange the things. Request. Passe une fois encore dans la salle de bain, s'il te plaît. Please check in the bathroom once again. Wish. Laisse le panier pique-nique, je l'apporte. Leave the picnic basket, I'll bring it. Let me repeat. Order. Remonte dans ta chambre et regarde si tu n'as rien laissé derrière. Advice. Fais attention lorsque tu arranges les affaires. Request. Passe une fois dans la salle de bain, s'il te plaît. And wish. Laisse le panier pique-nique, je l'apporte. Order. Remonte dans ta chambre et regarde si tu n'as rien laissé derrière. Go up to your room and check if you have left something behind. Advice. Fais attention lorsque tu arranges les affaires. Be careful when you arrange the things. Request. Passe une fois encore dans la salle de bain, s'il te plaît. Please check in the bathroom once again. Wish. Laisse le panier pique-nique, je l'apporte. Leave the picnic basket, I'll bring it. Many grammarians explain that an advice, a request, and a wish are a polite form of issuing a command, and this justifies why one uses the imperative when giving an advice, making a request, or when expressing a desire. Now that you have an overall idea about the imperative, let me show you how pronominal verbs are used in the imperative. The reason for not presenting these verbs earlier is because the construction is different. The reflexive pronoun that is characteristic of pronominal verbs undergoes a change in the imperative mood. The subject pronoun, as always, is dropped, but the reflexive pronoun, it converts into a tonic or a stress pronoun. The stress pronoun is then placed after the verb and is attached with a hyphen. For example, tu te lèves, which means you are getting up, becomes lève-toi, get up. The reflexive pronoun te is converted to toi, and this new pronoun, which is a stress pronoun, is placed after the verb. The hyphen is an important addition which needs to be inserted without fail. Here are the other two forms. Nous nous levons, we are getting up, becomes levons-nous, let's get up. Vous vous levez, you are all getting up, becomes levez-vous, get up. Let me repeat. Tu te lèves, which means you are getting up, becomes lève-toi, get up. The reflexive pronoun te is converted to toi, and this new pronoun, which is a stress pronoun, is placed after the verb. The hyphen is an important addition which needs to be inserted without fail. Here are the other two forms. Nous nous levons, we are getting up, becomes levons-nous, let's get up. Vous vous levez, you are all getting up, becomes levez-vous, get up. The imperative mood can never be used in the interrogative form. Even in English, we cannot express a command through interrogation, but we can express an order through negation. We have seen affirmation commands above where the imperative is used to order someone to do something. Now I will show you negative commands where the imperative is used to order someone not to do something. Tu ne réponds pas becomes ne réponds pas, don't answer. Nous n'obéissons pas les règles, n'obéissons pas les règles, let's not follow the rules. Vous ne parlez pas si fort becomes ne parlez pas si fort, don't speak so loud. Tu ne te dépêches pas becomes ne te dépêche pas, don't hurry. For regular verbs, the verb is placed between the negative word pair. But with pronominal verbs, we find that the reflexive pronoun does not change into a stress pronoun, as it does in the affirmative commands. The reflexive pronoun remains intact, and both the reflexive pronoun and the verb are placed between the negative word pair. Before we move on and revise what we learned today, let me quickly review today's lesson. The imperative mood expresses a command, a request, an advice, or a desire. This mood is used only with the forms tu, nous, and vous. These subject pronouns are, however, never mentioned. In negative commands, the verb is placed between the negative word pair. For pronominal verbs, the reflexive pronoun and the verb are placed between the negative word pair. But in affirmative commands, the reflexive pronoun is replaced by its corresponding stress pronoun, which follows the verb. A hyphen needs to be inserted between the verb and the stress pronoun. In this third section, we will revise what we learned in today's session on the imperative mood. A short exercise has been provided below. Find the appropriate form of the verb. Ranger ta chambre. Ta chambre indicates that the subject is tu. Since ranger is a first group verb, we replace the er ending with e. The correct form of the verb will therefore be range ta chambre. This sentence translates as tidy up your room. Remplir votre formulaire d'inscription. Votre formulaire d'inscription indicates that the subject is vous. Since remplir is a second group verb, the conjugation is the same as the present tense. The correct form of the verb will therefore be remplissez votre formulaire d'inscription. This sentence translates as fill up your application form. Se reposer un peu. Since this sentence does not indicate the subject, we can use any of the three. The verb is a pronominal verb, so the reflexive pronoun changes to a stressed pronoun. If we select the second person singular form, the reflexive pronoun te changes to toi. The answer will therefore be repose-toi un peu. This sentence translates as rest for a while. Être à l'heure. Here too, the sentence does not indicate the subject, so we can use any of the three. The verb is irregular, so if we select the first person plural form, the answer would be soyons à l'heure. This sentence translates as let's be on time. Ne pas faire du bruit. Once again, we can use any one of the three subject pronouns because this sentence does not indicate the subject. The verb is a third group verb and the imperative forms are the same as the present tense. As the sentence is a negative command, we place the verb between the negative word pair. So if we select the second person plural form, the answer will be ne faites pas du bruit. This sentence translates as don't make any noise. With this, we come to the end of our first lesson of chapter 7. This lesson was divided into three sections. In the first section, I read out a French text where the majority of the verbs are in the imperative mood. In the second section, I explained the construction of the imperative. And in the third section, we revised today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed today's session. In the next session, we will learn how to say the time in French. I hope to see you in the next session. Thank you and à bientôt. See you soon.